Okay, again, emotions. Under the influence of negative emotions, we do things that we later regret. For example, you know, years of trust you built with a great sort of effort can be quickly damaged by a few moments of sort of uncontrolled emotions, right? Like anger. When we get angry, we will say, that's it, it's over, it's done, right? If you have very long sort of friendship and built long time and this, a relationship, and then, then just quickly destroy the relationship under all this, emotions. That's why sometimes, that's why I said, negative emotions sometimes very dangerous, if you don't try to control. And then later we regret that action. But too late. Almost too late, right? So, the thing is, if you regret it, then you should make a commitment to not do that again. That's the thing. Then the regret is not good usually, but this regret transforms into something positive because it will prevent you from doing sort of harm next time in the future because of the commitment. And it's also important to remember that we're talking about negative emotion such as anger, when when you get angry, it doesn't mean you are a bad person. It doesn't mean you're a bad person. It just means that just harmful emotion temporarily overwhelmed you, right? So understanding the cause of emotion is another way to identify what you are feeling. And when you are investigating the cause of your emotional experience, it is helpful to start by looking at your thoughts. For example, when you are enjoying your meditation, okay? Very, no peace of mind, your mind is very clear, peaceful, enjoying your meditation. And then suddenly you have an uncomfortable feeling, right? And suddenly sort of destroy. You build this good meditation, but then suddenly having an uncomfortable feeling. And then you notice that you're thinking about, for example, like your work, and you identify the feeling as a stress. Now, you cannot meditate any further, right? It's familiar, this kind of experience. Yeah, you can't meditate any further because you can't stop your thoughts or about, for example, like work. Work is very good example. So you have very good meditation, and then suddenly thinking about work. Then you can meditate. You can't stop that. And then you believe that, some people believe that, thoughts of your work, but on the stress. Oh, I'm thinking about my work. So now I can't meditate. So you think that's the problem is thinking about work. But the ultimate cause of your stress was what you were meditating on. Because your meditation and your conduct somehow become separated. That's why your meditation leads you to your work. So, this is another very important to understand. There are three things that should not be separated from one another. Three things: the view, meditation, and conduct. Very important. I give you some example. Like, for example, when you meditate and you are reciting mantras, but you are thinking about something else, right? This is very common. So you are meditate. You're supposed to be like, when you recite the mantra, you're supposed to be focused on visualization or something else, right? But you're saying you recite the mantra, but you're thinking, your mind is somewhere else. What is that? That is a separation between meditation and conduct. Or when you know the view that you should not harm others. We all know that, right? The view should not harm others. But in your life, you harm others. That is separation between view and conduct. The first was separation between meditation and conduct. This is separation like view and conduct. You understand that the harm others is not good, but you're continually harm others, physically, verbally, even like not physically, verbally, but mentally, right? So that means you're separate. There is separation between the view and conduct. Or another is when you're meditating, for example, like four thoughts, like you're meditating on impermanence of life, but in your mind, you completely believe that things truly exist and things are permanent. even though you are meditating on impermanence of life, but you believe that it's okay, me is me, this place is same as last year. You totally believe that this is exist, right, forever. I say you are a different person today, and you don't believe what it's talking about. You are just mentally ill. I'm same person, right, as like long time. That means like this old habit. We have permanent mind, right? Old habits. So even though you're thinking, meditate on impermanence, but still you're very strongly that believe that in your mind is everything is same, everything is exist, same, So that is a separation between view and meditation. So these three are very important. Cannot separate view, meditation, conduct. Or for example, when you meditate, mindfulness, right? When you meditate mindfulness, you need mindful, like the mindfulness. You have to bring that into your action, activity, daily activity. So to correct this, you need to apply the methods that I described earlier, such as awareness and mindfulness, right? Always we have to be mindful when you meditate. Okay, my view, my meditation, my conduct, are they separate or they're not separate? You have to check that out, using these tools, mindfulness and awareness. So again, emotions. Sometimes these emotions come out of nowhere, and you just explode quickly. And other times you feel that, as I said, deep down there are unchangeable roots in you. You think they are the nature of your mind. Do you think that? Many people think that, because it's very difficult to change. When you have a very strong emotions and very difficult to change and control, then you believe that there is a very sort of unchangeable roots in you. And then you think that is my, nature of my mind. I grew with this and I'm going to die with it. So I can't change. But that's totally wrong. I think that's totally wrong. I want to say this again. These sort of destructive emotions are not the nature of your mind. Okay? Therefore, they can be removed. You have to understand that. If you really deeply understand this, I'm sure you really want to meditate. If these emotions are your nature of your mind, then no reason to meditate. Why? It doesn't matter. Nature, right? Nature mind means like you can't change. Then what is the point? Meditation. But we know it's very clearly, it's no question, right? Negative emotions, we don't want this. Without this, our life will be wonderful. So we don't want, that's clear. But we have to also understand that we can remove these things from our mind. So I think that's very important. You should investigate, you know. Otherwise, sometimes people are very strongly, you know, this negative emotions, overwhelmed negative emotions. Then they think, oh, this may be my mind. This is the nature of my mind. So then you lose everything, confidence and faith and everything.
Khenpo, is it possible that, you know, as a child I was sensitive child, and so I'm sensitive as an adult too. But is it possible that karmically our mind stream continues those kind of traits?
Possible, right? Possible.
Yeah, because I think when you're in the middle of these deep, you know, sensitivities or depression or anxiety, whatever you want to call it does feel like
That doesn't mean, though, don't misunderstand. That doesn't mean it's your nature, or you know, you grew up that way, so I can't change, I can't remove because it's my karma. You create that karma, you accumulate that karma, but you also purify that karma, right? So that's very important. I mean, somehow, for example, like myself, like I, as I said, that I really don't remember like that. I had a very strong and powerful negative emotions. Maybe that's my karma, right? But somehow, maybe my past life or whatever, I created that karma, or you know, or I you know, eliminate my negative emotions, so that this life is more easier than, you know, the past life. It's possible. Who knows, right? But if you feel that you're sensitive, like, you know, this negative emotions, you know, they are from your karma, um, maybe not this life, but somehow, sometime you created that karma, right? So you are the responsible to sort of purify that karma. So what I'm saying is, like, it's not your nature mind. That's the point. Um, it's if you feel like your negative emotions or sensitive, you know, all these things, if you feel like you recognize, or you feel like it's come from my karma, or it come from some other things like cause and conditions, it doesn't matter. So it's not your nature mind. It doesn't matter how they're strong, or you can remove them. You can remove them. Uh, and uh, That's the good thing. That's good news. You know, that's good news. Because we have examples. Because that's why I totally believe that like good teachers, you know, they, how they work with their emotions. I know that. So they liberated from their emotions. Um, and myself, you know, also, like I'm not saying that I'm a good, very good practitioner, but I have lots of experience. Like since when I was 7 years old, I start practice, meditate, like all of that. So my whole life is like doing these things. So the result of is like, you know, it's I can see um, how my mind works, and you know. I have some experience there too. So that's why I totally believe that these are not the nature of our mind. It's removable, you know. That's a good thing. So once you really understand and strongly believe that, then I'm sure you have more confidence. Oh, I want to remove this. And I don't want this. I don't want negative emotions. I don't want, you know, this anger, jealousy, this things destroy, you know, your life and relationship and everything. So then you really want to practice. You want to meditate.
I'm wondering, does that mean that
It depends. That's very difficult to um, give you clear answer, but um, sometimes you can. It depends your meditation, right? Um, uh, Sometimes you can purify everything this life. Sometimes, unfortunately, you have to create that, carry into your next life. But it's right now you make this habit, meditation, and develop your wisdom. Then definitely, if you believe in future life, very easier to control and meditate, even like meditate, um, easier. So again, we're talking about you see our goal, the end of our goals, right? Um, but it's good. Sometimes it's very nice to hear this. Um, Everybody likes to practice the nature mind. Means these are not nature mind. So if you do not involve yourself in the past or in the future, if you stay right in the very present moment, at this point, your mind is free from all these destructive emotions. That's another sign that these negative emotions are not nature of mind. And your mind is totally liberated if you are not involved with yourself in the past or in the future. If you really sort of right in this very moment, and you see this openness, and you can't find this situation, you can't find any emotions in that moment. Your mind free from all distractions, and liberated from totally liberated. That is the essence of, I think, essence of the mind. And I would say like almost like nature mind. So when you sort of when you meditate and when you look at your mind, and at that moment, when you look at your mind, when you look, you see it, and then you just live it as it is. That's it. Uh, when I say look at your mind, means you don't look at my mind. You can't see it. You cannot see my mind. But you see your mind. Look at your mind, and then you will see it. You will see it. Then you will see it. Where is your emotions? Where it come from? Where it stay? Where it goes? That's it. So when you look at it, you see it. Then you rest. Then you rest in its nature. Means rest just there. And it stays for a moment, right? And then it falls back into your relative mind, right? Because our mind is not stable. That's why another reason you have to meditate. Because it's very difficult for us to stop our thoughts, our emotions, as so and so. And as soon as you're thinking something, then immediately you become involved with your emotional mind. But is again, you can change your emotional mind. You can diminish it, and you can remove your emotions. So that's why they are not the nature of your mind, right? So what is mind? Relative mind. We're talking about relative mind. Relative mind is your, your thoughts, your perceptions, emotions, and feelings. All of these are relative mind. Okay? Buddhist point of view. All of this, these are mind. That's why we all have, we all have some basic experience, right? Because we all have this relative mind, a relative mind. Thoughts, perceptions, feelings, emotions, we all have that. And that also means that we all have some potential to diminish our emotional mind and remove our negative emotions. Therefore, meditation is important for all of us. So you see, unfortunately, right now, we cannot be completely happy because we have emotions. Means you see the fear, desire, anger, jealousy, right? These emotions are the most common in our lives, and each and every day they control us. That's why they are strong. They are like fire, burns everything. So, teachers say that if you have fear, you cannot be happy because your mind is not peaceful. And, because, the fearless is true happiness. And if we are sort of running after the object of our desire, we cannot be happy because we can never be fully satisfied with what we have, right? These are emotions. I think, and especially like strong negative emotion that we have is jealousy, right? We are sort of complaining about each other, and we have negative thoughts about each other, hatred for each other. All of these are, I think, 90% due to jealousy. But if you understand, if you develop your wisdom, if you understand your life, I think there's nothing complain. Life is good, right? People complain everything, right? The weather, the situation, the people, the president, and it depends. Many people like him though. So, but I think life is good. Life is good. We should be happy. We should be happy. So we should sort of investigate our own emotions and find out which emotion we are experiencing the most, each and every day. And we should find out what kind of practice we need to apply for that sort of particular emotions. The first is first, right? First, you work with this emotion because this is the strongest emotions that every day comes your mind. So you have to work with it, and you have to find the right solution. It doesn't mean right solution, doesn't mean like just only one solution. You can, try to, apply so many different, like that's why I try to explain today like many solutions, right? I hope you will remember them. Then you work with it. No complaints. Just work with it, and then that's why meditation is important, right? So that's why these teachings are very important. When you meditate, you need investigation. You need investigation. You need when you meditate, there are some things you need like investigation, of course, time. Uh, you need acceptance. You need trust. You need commitment. You need like strong belief that you can change. You can change and remove these things. Confidence, So, that's why our daily lives need to have a spiritual practice to help us develop our capacity for taking good care of these emotions as well as our happiness. So, this concentration, mindfulness, these are very important. Can, liberate us from fear, anger, jealousy, these emotions. So we have to learn, right? We have to learn how to stop not following or running after all these things and look deeply into the situation. So they're very strong, they're very powerful, but if you don't give up, then you will win. Because the truth, right? The truth is in each of us. The truth, which is the nature of mind. When they are very strong and powerful, and then you just give up, then they will win. Your emotions will control you. But if you don't give up, you will win. Teachers say that with good practice, you will no longer be afraid of difficulties. So when you know how to handle these things, your feelings, your perceptions, then, there is no need to worry anymore. Which means when you meditate and when your thought come, and you will know how to say goodbye, right? I mean, right away without sort of a fight. You just know. So that's why develop your wisdom is very important. Then when you say, when your emotions comes and then you say right away goodbye, and then you're relaxed, your mind is relaxed, and so then you can bring your mind to the present moment and touch what is still positive in you because you're very mindful. then you will become more relaxed, more peaceful. Do you believe it? The teachers say that right now, this situation we have is the most challenges, very difficult. When you are very, very good practitioner, and the feeling and the enjoyment you will get, you cannot explain. You cannot explain. You will be very, very happy and bliss. And they said, like, you feel like they said, my teacher said, sometimes they don't need to eat, they don't need anything. They just stay, meditate in like days and days, and at the same time, the enjoyment, the bliss, experience of bliss, you cannot actually explain. That is the quality of the nature of mind. Unfortunately, none of us have this experience right now.
Can you practice with TV?
Yeah, if you're very overwhelmingly, very powerful, if you are powerful, strong, powerful emotion, then turn on TV and watch it. But if you're not like that, then watch TV is another distraction.
Exactly.
Okay, don't watch it. So, the more you relax, the more, you will see the bliss and enjoyment will come. It's true. Then really you can see everything behind this relative mind. You can read the other's mind. You can see the future, what will happen. Right? So, I know that I have been with many great teachers, masters in Tibet. That's a good thing. They were amazing. They were like fearless. They were fearless. So believe it. We have those examples, Our difficulty is we really don't know what to do with these strong emotions. We're kind of confused, about our emotions. Why am I say like confused? Emotional reaction can be complex because they sometimes involve multiple feelings and thoughts at the same time. For example, if you're going to move somewhere and you really, really want to stay there, right? And now you have an opportunity to move. So you are very excited, right? You're very excited. Long time you want to move this place and you want to stay there. Now you have opportunity, so you are very excited. And that means you are very happy. But at the same time, you are very sad, unhappy, because then you are leaving your, best friend and your family or your, like these things. So you don't know what to do with those kind of, emotions. These are involved like with the combination emotions and thoughts, right? So if your emotions are combined with your thoughts to create another emotions, then it will be confusing. So, unpleasant thoughts are easy to confuse with feelings. when you feel sad, you become sort of scared, or maybe you don't like feeling sad, so you become angry, and so then blame yourself as a way of sort of avoiding your sadness. And sometimes you allow blaming yourself when things go wrong, and then you will have a negative view of yourself, you know. So these are negative emotions, you know. Generally, you blame yourself because sometimes you have negative thoughts and feelings, and they are based on your expectations. And when you sort of don't achieve your goal and your expectation, then you blame yourself. As long as you have expectations, you will push yourself even if you don't have capacity for it. See, I'm not saying that, you don't need expectations at all. You need expectations sometimes. You need expectations in order to develop your capacity, but not too much. When I say expectation, I'm not saying like you can't have any expectation at all. I'm saying like not too much. Not too much expectation. Not too much expectation. Do you understand? Here, too much means something like, for example, you want to attain enlightenment within a year. Impossible. Impossible. Or too much expectation, not good, means like you always are perfect when you work. You don't make mistake at all. See, I'm talking that kind of expectations. I'm talking that kind of expectations. It's impossible. You are always perfect. Impossible. If you expect that causes you more problem. You have to accept. Sometimes you make mistakes. You have to accept and try to next time not do it again. That's how we develop our life. But if you think, look, okay, I'm meditating, maybe within this month, I expect, attain enlightenment. And then if you can't reach that goal, then you blame yourself. Something is wrong with me. It doesn't work, right? And then you, for example, you go to work and then you make mistakes and then you expect that you're all the time perfect, no mistakes. And then sometimes you make mistakes, then you angry at yourself. Something wrong with me. So that kind of, I'm talking expectation, not too much. Otherwise, expectation is good. It's help you develop your capacity. Okay, that's all. Now a little bit meditation, okay? Since we're talking about emotions, in this meditation, let's say what do you do when these emotions come up? Recognize emotions like jealousy, right? Let's pick up jealousy. Then jealousy come up. You recognize jealousy and try to let it go. So again, little jealousy, little bit, you can let it go easily, no problem. Powerful jealousy, very difficult, right? But let's say little bit jealous. So when jealousy come up, you recognize and try to let it go. Recognize that this emotion is a natural like function of your mind. It's like a web, big web, web from ocean. Okay? It dissolves into the ocean. Once you recognize, and then right away it transforms into your mind. Means like it's gone. When you are meditating and you realize that you have been lost in emotions, then just return your awareness to the object of your meditation and rest in open awareness. Sometimes I meditate, for a few minutes, and then I'm thinking something else, and at the end, oh my God, I don't meditate, I have full of thoughts. So then what I do is like return my awareness, focus on my meditation again. It's okay, you have to accept. I don't say like my whole life meditate and I have this experience. What's wrong with me? I have something wrong. I don't say that. Okay, I'm thinking, but that's okay, right? So return, my awareness on my meditation again. So I have to accept that's I have like full of thoughts. That's okay. So you should do that. So sometimes you meditate a lot and then you have like more thoughts, and then sometimes you feel like very what do you call it, you feel like you think something is wrong, I can't focus, I can't meditate, and then you feel very sad or something like that, right? But that time you should let go that feeling of sad or anger. You just accept that's okay. So you remeditate, refocus, rest in your try to again like open awareness. So when you meditate like that, so when you have thoughts, and then just focus on your meditation and relax there. So this is the teachers say that it can help you learn how to continue to become more open, more aware, without losing your the self-awareness. So slowly you are no longer following your thoughts. So then you are really connecting with this basic nature. And if you try to do this, like focus on this self-awareness, whatever, sooner or later you're going to realize that you are already awake. But the first time you recognize it. It is very simple. But you cannot sort of hold it very long, right? But that's okay. Then you start it again. So look at your mind, and you see it, the openness. But you can't hold it very long. And then you're either like positive, negative, whatever emotions, thoughts arise again. That's okay. Don't worry about it. And then you start it again. So that's what I'm saying. As soon as you sort of uncomfortable emotions come up, you need to remember this openness, which is self-awareness. Self-awareness. And as soon as you become aware of it, then your emotions are no longer there. You see it. And then, not just once, you do this many, many times, then you are more able to appreciate the potential of all kinds of experiences. You are very excited. The more experience you get, the more you will open your mind. And this way, meditation really can help you to experience inner peace, and which is freedom from negative emotions. Then you enjoy it. Got it? Very good. Meditate a few minutes, please. Okay? So when you have very powerful, strong emotions, you can meditate, right? Do you remember that? Okay? Then you have to meditate mindfulness of body and mindfulness of feeling. But right now you don't have that kind of powerful emotion, then you can meditate. So the instruction is just to relax and looking at your mind. Then you see it. You see it. Do you see it? Or maybe you feel the peacefulness. So it's very simple. Then you relax there. So completely there is this space, that's it. And there is no thoughts, there is no emotions. As long as you stay on this space, openness. Then you relax there. That's your meditation. For a few minutes. That's it. Did you see it? The benefit of this meditation is that, when you are really stayed in this openness, you cannot find any thoughts and emotions. Even you want it, you can't find it. Very peaceful, quiet ocean. You can't see any waves, right? Very like calm and ocean, very relaxed. There is no waves. No way you can find it. Wave. Same thing. When you are really relaxed and you are in this ground and openness, you cannot find any thoughts and emotions. Yet, you are aware of everything. You can see, you can hear, you can taste everything. But you are not attached to any of that. The mind is amazing. It has this capacity. You are not losing anything. You are enjoy in this moment. At the same time, you experience everything. Even like more, like you can see clear everything and hear more like sounds and clear if you stay in that space. Everything is become clear. But at the same time, it's like you are not become like a piece of rock, without thoughts. Sometimes people say without thoughts, without emotion. What is that? That means like you're a piece of wood. No, you're aware of everything. At the same time, you hear, it's amazing. You will like it if you practice. So I think that's all. Thank you very, very much, and for coming and practice with us, and it's good for you, and you understand now. I hope you understand when you have strong emotions and you have solutions. I think try, maybe will help you, maybe not, but just try. I hope you get some benefit from the teaching and meditation that we did. And I think that's all. Thank you very much, all of you. Thank you, the Bodhicitta Sangha, the members, Kelly, and Jeremy, and Kate, and Mary, and all of you. Thank you very much. And I think this is very nice, I feel like more like when I'm age, older and older, each and every day, I feel like we need spiritual practice. I feel like more like, oh yeah, I can see like the worldly sort of activities like no longer. I mean, it's good, right? But the most, like meaningful is like how to see these qualities of nature mind, and I have capacity to help others physically, mentally, verbally. That's what I see these days. Less attachment to the worldly activities. That's how I feel, how I experience. More important is like each of us individually, like responsible and take care of our mind. I can see like our mind is amazing. It's like really precious. And if you don't use properly, you're wasting it's like you have like huge gold, piece of gold, and you don't use it, and you're very hungry, you're very poor, even though you have this jewel, this precious. I think that's what I feel. Like if we have like wonderful mind and nature capacity, if we don't use it, and then we're wasting our life. That's what I feel, but I don't know. So yeah, meditate is very important for all of us, I think, no matter who you are. Now I think we're done, and closing prayers dedicate the merit of our practice, all sentient beings. May I attain in each and every life the sublime virtues of existence and peace. May I pursue the followers of mindset altruism, working for the welfare of others and a vast scale. Through this very merit of mine, may every single sentient beings eliminate all forms of negativity and practice virtues forevermore. May Supreme Precious Bodhisattva take birth where it has not arisen, where it is not absent, may it never wane, but continue to grow forevermore. May I, in all my life, no matter where I'm born, attain the 7 qualities of the upper realms of existence. May I meet the Dharma immediately after taking birth and have the freedom to practice perfectly. May I please the sublime gurus, and day and night dedicate myself to Dharma. By realizing Dharma and practice its innermost innocence, may I cross the oceans of conditioned existence in this very life. May I teach the sublime Dharma perfectly, and never become weary and tired of benefiting others in samsara. By my own impartial and uncomplacent activities to benefit others, may all attain enlightenment together.